And CIO of, let me go here, Planet Wealth. That's planetwealth.com. We have another guest who is stuck in traffic, will join us shortly. That would be Theresa Kennedy from Keller Williams. And today's topic is we're going to talk about advancing affordable housing with home ownership, utilizing blockchain technology, and more. But first, Lance, go ahead and give us a quick intro to, well, you don't have to be so quick now and while we wait for Theresa, but give us a quick intro into Planet Wealth. What is Planet Wealth and what's your background?
Sure. I'm Lance Woodson, CIO of Planet Wealth. I helped found the company about 3.5 years ago now. What we've done is really create tools to bring Wall Street to Main Street. So you can think of it as community finance, people working together for financial independence together. We really are here to enable people to convert their social capital into financial capital. And when I say that, what I really mean is everybody's got a phone, everybody's got social media, but what people don't have is access to capital. To put that money to work into real estate and other wealth building assets that produce cash flow or income. And that's really where we come in, is to help people aggregate the people around them that they already know and trust, and to put those resources and money to work.
Great, excellent. So it's like, and I don't want to, diminish it, but it's utilizing crowdfunding. But I understand it's not just for a first-time buyer or buyer that wants to jump in and raise capital. I mean, tell us how agents can use it.
No, Joe, that's a fantastic question. So what our platform really does is it enables and empowers people to build an audience and to aggregate the people around them. So specifically for a real estate agent like Theresa, who is, people view her as an expert in the real estate market, as an expert in the process of acquiring real estate. Someone like Theresa could go and aggregate the people around her that she already interacts with to raise money ahead of time, so that when she finds that fantastic deal, when she finds that house below market value, she should have the resources available to immediately purchase it, whether it was a fix and flip or a buy and rent type of a scenario, to have that list of investors around her that are looking to make money in real estate. And then that also expands the stickiness of her customers. So it's not just, hey, are you looking to buy or sell a home? It's, hey, if you're not looking to buy or sell a home, when I find a fantastic, tremendous deal that we can profit on together, do you want me to let you know and see if that's the right opportunity for you? It helps her build her network as well. So that's what the tools at Planet Wealth for are: aggregating people, aggregating capital, and then putting it to work in a way that builds wealth together.
Excellent. Thank you, Lance. And Theresa, before I get to you, and welcome, I just want to do a quick shout out. You're an agent out there, 10 transactions or more, you may be eligible to join Proppy's wait list for its big announcement coming November 5th. Go to Propy.com. At the top of the website, you'll see wait list. And I'll give you a little secret, folks. We're not going to leave everyone else out. So I would just go there and register. Put in a number of your transactions so we can go through. It's going to be some exciting news coming from Proppy November 5th. All right, now to our special guest, Theresa, thank you very much for jumping on. Lance filled in nicely. And let me give you a little bit of background here, folks, and then we're going to talk to Theresa about her recent crypto certified agent course she took. Then we're going to get into the heart, because today we're going to cover real estate tokenization. We want to talk about advancing affordable housing and home ownership. And we believe, and the folks on here believe, blockchain is a technology and tool that would help us get further down that path. And along with Planet Wealth and other options out there for home buying. But we also want to talk we're going to talk a little bit about, cryptocurrencies, free tokenization platforms. And with me today is Theresa Kennedy. Theresa is not only a Keller Williams agent, and I think out of Atlantic Shore. So welcome. Shout out to your KW folks. She is also a crypto certified agent. And folks, crypto certified agent, if you want to learn to understand blockchain and cryptocurrency and how cryptocurrency and blockchain is utilized now in real estate and where it's going, you can go to Propy.com, select products, and the third one down, Proppy does offer a crypto certified agent course. Check it out.
And I just want to add, it's not just a course. I feel like since I have become a crypto certified agent with Proppy, I am part of the family.
You are. See, big hugs. Even to this episode, folks, is not brought to you by Pete's, but if you're from Pete's out there, give me a call and you can sponsor my green tea and coffee. And I'll give you a shout out during each webinar event. Theresa, I'm going to come back to that, but you got such a strong bio. I want to do you justice. Theresa is also co-host of Retoken podcast.
To be launched.
She is director, Atlantic City and County Board of Realtors, a regional chair on Fibri Foundation for International Blockchain and Real Estate Expertise. You do have your academic career puts my little BS in marketing to shame here. You have a BA in Anthropology and African Studies, an MBA in Technology Management, and a master's in Commercial Real Estate. And folks, she has a whole list of others on there, but go to LinkedIn, look for Theresa Kennedy at KW, connect with her. We will have her back on to check what's going on and have more discussions about affordable housing. I did want to shout out on behalf of Theresa to her Vanderbilt alums.
Thank you. Thank you.
Theresa, tell us, what did I miss out?
On my background, I think you did a really good job. I started getting into tokenization this year. I've been licensed in real estate since 2006. I started out in Nashville, but now I'm here over on the East Coast in New Jersey. But I've always really had a passion for affordable housing. I actually was a certified housing counselor. And I worked a lot with foreign people who would move here to the country, who wanted to purchase homes, single mothers, investors in low-income communities, helping them with building out their portfolio. And so that's an area that I've been familiar with. And over the past years, as I've started to learn about tokenization of real estate, which is really pretty much taking our traditional non-digital securities and moving it to the digital realm on the blockchain, and securitizing what investors had been doing previously in non-traditional securities. And so what it does by moving it to the blockchain and digitizing, it enables fractionalization. So when the property is put into an LLC or a corporate entity, each share can be fractionalized and represented as a token, and a smart contract associated with that on the blockchain. And I recently completed a challenge in tokenizing a quadplex in Detroit, and with a company through Free, and I will have a platform myself to tokenize real estate. And so we will be doing more of affordable housing tokenization projects through that platform. There is one other platform that I know of in the United States that does tokenization and affordable housing with it. With the tokenization, it does allow one, liquidity for the investor, and it also allows even tenants to participate in ownership of properties, because you can buy in at such a low cost for properties on the lower end of, so you can say put in $50 for that property and earn a small percent of interest. So when it's tokenized digitally as a security versus traditional forms, it allows you to also look at the real estate property and its income potential, not just in the equity. Say if I sold it, it would be worth, $200,000. So I can go to hard money lenders or to the bank and get money based off of the ARV, and may have some built-in equity, and may split some of that equity with the people who helped invest in that property with me. But with tokenization, you can also do buy and holds and share with the people who participate in the purchasing of it or the rehab or build out of it. You can share in the equity and as well as the revenue stream that the property produces. So that enables more ways in which we can think about real estate and how we build real estate, the type of real estate that we build. Doing it that way also enables things like clean energy, like solar, being a part of the cost of the project, because you're looking at the total cost of the life cycle of the property as opposed to how much you're getting at the moment when it's complete, the building is complete, because you're able to share in the revenue, the people that participate in building it over time. So I'm looking forward to being able to see more innovative projects being created in our communities through the power of crowdfunding and bringing communities together so that they can participate in the build out of what they see in their community through fractionalization and tokenization of real estate.
And Lance, I mean, I think the crowdfunding is a segue into get Lance into this conversation. Have you seen an uptick in crowdfunding? And folks, if you have any other guests on this topic, agents have you agents out there, you have a large network, right? It's about expanding our knowledge base. Proppy's webinars are about giving you the latest trends in technology and what's going on in the real estate market. We're happy to have Lance and Theresa here today. Lance, I'm going to come back to you. Theresa, you mentioned something on your crypto certified agent course. And because Gwyneth wants a couple sound bites he can post onto social media. You took the course how long ago?
I think it's been maybe a month and a half, 2 months.
Okay. And what was your crypto and blockchain understanding before the course?
Oh my goodness. Well, I got into crypto actually. I had someone nagging me about buying Bitcoin before it came out. So I'm knee deep in it. My kids were, mining it on their cell phones. That was long time ago. And I kind of forgot about it, got back into it a little bit in 2017. And over the past year, buy a little bit here and there. But getting into the aspects of where it intersects with real estate, that was just new to me this past year. And so I was just really trying to find, well, where can I learn competency in this area? Because this is my thing. I love real estate and I love technology. And this was the first time that I saw where I can combine the two in enabling real estate and real estate development through blockchain technology. And so that's how I found Proppy, just really trying to find other people who were knowledgeable about this thing that could teach me how to use it, what it does, and how other people are using it, really getting into the case studies. And so
did you find the CCA course, the crypto certified agent course, help you get a little bit more understanding, help you be able to talk the right talk, getting out into the community? Because I know shortly thereafter you were on a panel. You were already starting to talk about crypto and blockchain. Walk us through, because I know that had been a little stressful. First of all, was the course hard? Did you find it hard?
No, not at all. The course was very easy. I would say the big difference for me in the course through Proppy is they actually take you through their processes that they went through for tokenization and for purchasing and closing on a home with cryptocurrency, and with using Proppy and uploading the deeds to the system. And I was just able to, I'm a visual person. And so without already having, an attorney and a client that wanted to do this, and being able to read the contract and read the smart contract and how everything is actually done, it's hard to conceptualize. But with the teachers and the certification actually going through their process and being able to see how the blockchain is put on the deed, and you know how you register it with the deeds office, and you know just the details of how the transaction occurs, it takes it to a different level for me of understanding, actually being able to see what they're doing, as opposed to someone saying we close with cryptocurrency.
Well, you certainly sound like an expert
Detail.
now. You certainly sound like an expert. And I know, folks, Theresa does a lot of studying, and she's been knee deep in this for the last few months. And I certainly, if you can do that, better for you. Or I suggest, Theresa, just put your contact information or LinkedIn information in the chat window, and people can connect to your LinkedIn on that way to further the discussion. Lance, let's get back to you on crowdfunding, on Planet Wealth. And I think you said there's been a large uptick lately. So obviously crowdsourcing and crowdfunding has taken off in many areas, but you're tying it to specific causes now, to specific areas for specific individuals and agent methods. What have you seen lately, and where is it going to go?
So, Joe, crowdfunding was really the world's first answer to the Jobs Act. Planet Wealth is the natural evolution of that. And what I mean by that is, the problem with crowdfunding is that while it makes the legal compliance easier, you know, it was designed to enable people to advertise their own business and raise capital for their own business. It doesn't make capital more accessible to Main Street individuals because it doesn't reduce the cost. There's still significant legal overhead hurdles to overcome. And that's where Planet Wealth comes in. Specific purpose, business use case turnkey solutions where people can raise capital for a specific purpose at no cost to them. And so we provide the tools to enable compliance and the tools to enable people to raise money with the people around them. And we don't charge for that. And that's why I say we're the natural evolution of crowdfunding. It's just the next step in that. And, you know, where we see that being used is crowdfunding is absolutely growing year over year significantly. But the problem is the businesses that are coming as a result of crowdfunding don't always have the best chance of success. And that's where taking the opportunities and making them investor prioritized and making them so that the investors are paid back first, making it so that the business has the most chance of continuing on with a, you know, you can think of us as a business in a box, or I've even heard the term build-a-bear capitalism, you know, using that build-a-bear system, following it along. The obligations mean that the business is more likely to succeed, making it more profitable for the investors. Because at the end of the day, people don't want to run a business. They want to run a successful business. They want to provide a quality return for their investors. And truthfully, investors don't care about investing in a particular business. They care about a reasonable return for the rate of risk that they're taking. And that's what we do. We're here to make access to capital more accessible and making it, prioritized for the investors and more likely to succeed for the issuers.
Yeah, and folks, if we're talking about accessibility, let me give you just some numbers I pulled out of a recent industry survey. 70% of Americans want to invest in real estate, right? 7% are able to do so because of the current structure. That means, yes, it's accessible for a very small percentage of our population. So with that, Theresa, let's talk a little bit more on what does tokenization mean? So I think we got it covered from an investment standpoint. This could enable someone to start investing in real estate at a young age where, they may not have a job and a bank account that has 20% down, qualify for a loan and be able to afford. I'm in California, right? I couldn't buy my home until I was 30 something. It's tough, and home prices keep going up. It's tough. And if you can't leverage parents who had homes and investments, man, you're going to struggle, and that's still the lifelong dream, but it is still an American dream. So I love where you're going with tokenizing, allowing someone who has a home and maybe retired, they don't want to move, right? In California, you got to move. You can't afford property taxes. Everything's cost of living's up. Well, what if I could just sell a portion of my home, fractionalize it, sell it home to an investor who couldn't qualify, but now they can take advantage of the increases in property value. And Theresa, that's where you're talking about, right? Getting young and first-time home buyers and other people who weren't in that 7% able to take advantage of a real estate as an investment. Let's talk a little bit more how one would go about that and what would they need to know.
Yeah, so for fractionalizing real estate, well, you want to make sure that you are working with a company that can legally, you can purchase from. In the United States, we have regulations for who can purchase. So there's regulation CF, regulation A+, different regulations that websites are able to use to receive funding from people in the United States. So Reg CF allows for crowdfunding for non-accredited investors. And depending on, so say I have a property that's has 100,000 shares. So for the platform that I'll have, each property will be fractionalized into 100,000 shares. And if that property is, say, 500,000, and you fractionalize it in 100,000 pieces, then that will enable each token holder to buy a fraction for $50. And then when I calculate the revenue that the property will bring in, which everything would be in the smart contract, then the people who purchase the tokens will know what their revenue share would be. And in traditional real estate, people want to cut corners and slim down numbers, right? To make it look like, oh, we're, look at these margins, for fractionalized real estate, it's more of an incentive to cushion things, make sure before you fractionalize it and put in a smart contract that you make sure that you have money to take care of the property, make sure that you have money for property management services. But getting back to your question on the investor side, the mere fact that it's on the blockchain, it's immutable, it's open, and it's fractionalized, it enables in and of itself with that process, people who do not have a lot of money to come in. A lot of people oh, well, when I save $10,000, that's when I'm going to start investing in real estate. Or when I can save $20,000, then I'll start investing in real estate. You don't have to wait until you have that kind of money to participate in fractionalized real estate and investment. You can, it enables so many different scenarios that you can create. But one of the important things is when you're dealing with the tokenized community, and then when you get into DAOs, which is decentralized autonomous organizations, you can also create tokens for governance, where people can participate in the governance of the property. And so then you have groupthink and the beauty of groupthink and what comes out of multiple people contributing their knowledge to the spaces that we live in and how we create it and how we run it. And so buying into those types of things at even $50 of a $500,000 property, $50 at a time, and saying, I've got a piece of this community. And you can do that for anywhere in the world that you choose, as long as you have the ability to fractionalize. And I think eventually investors will demand that fractionalization and tokenization be a part of the capital stack.
Yeah, looks like Lance has a comment on that.
One thing I was thinking of when Theresa's speaking is making how tokenization and really fractional ownership makes housing affordable. It's not she's got great points on how the asset owner can benefit and how people can participate in that financial benefit. But it's also in just being able to pull together the resources for a down payment, and being able to pull together the resources for a down payment in a home that normally wouldn't get traditionally financed. And that fractional ownership empowers the community in ways that, for right or wrong, as a society, we've agreed that we don't want to empower for some reason. So by just making access to capital accessible to people, whether you're a owner or not, really is what is going to drive the next wave of ownership to the underserved market and the able to participate, right? Whether because you're in California, whether it's just you're
Looks like we're losing him a little bit. I'm turning my video off. Maybe
okay, so while we get Lance's refresher on the internet back, let me just give you an update what's coming next on Proppy's weekly webinar. October 20th, I'm back in Arizona, or Gwyneth will be in Arizona, talking with Asher Cohn with True Realty on how high-performing teams use technology. Then our guest, October 27th, Doug Geik from 8Z out of Colorado. We'll talk about how brokerages utilize technology and to get adoption within the brokerage. And then we're going to take a little swing into Florida and talk with Chip Ridge at Millennial Title. This is the title company that has done crypto transactions with the escrow. And we're going to talk a little bit about the processes and what's the outlook for title escrow companies in crypto and blockchain. And then November 10th, Theresa, you may want to be back on November 10th. November 10th, we're going to have a panel of Proppy crypto certified agents. What they knew about crypto, what was the process to learn about crypto and blockchain, how daunting it was, and how beneficial it has been for them, and help them to break that barrier. So folks, if you're out there not having any clue what Theresa's talking about when she talks about tokenization, fractionalization, crypto and blockchain, you may want to jump on November 10th. We're going to break it down a little bit easier for you to give you some understandings. And then November 17th, we're going to talk with Anna Atencio at PropChain Title in Arizona and Wendy Bond at Guarantee Escrow out of Southern California on what they've done, escrow companies and crypto transactions.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. And I think Lance is back on. And Lance, as we start to wrap up, we have just a couple of minutes left. Did you have some parting takeaway sound bites for our audience?
I'm back. Nothing like your internet cutting out, right?
Yeah.
Basically, Planet Wealth is people working together for financial independence, using the tools of Wall Street at no cost to Main Street, converting their social capital into financial capital, and accessibility and affordability. That's what we're here for.
And folks, this is Lance Woodson at planetwealth.com. Lance, thank you very much. Theresa, final words are all yours.
Well, thank you again for having me here, and thank you, Lance, for joining in on the conversation with me. I wanted people to know that there is a place for all income sectors in tokenization of real estate, not just the hotels. There's beautiful things that we can create: dome homes, sustainable homes, solar homes, rentals, low income, high income, all can participate in fractionalization. There's platforms like Wealth Planet that allow you to get in with no money out your pocket up front and to raise fund and bring a collective group of people together. Platforms like what I'll be building to have liquidity pools to sell those fractionalized pieces of real estate. And I just think that Proppy, with what they're doing, is a great platform for people to want to align with and learn from and get crypto certified.
Theresa, thank you. And for you agents and brokers out there, if you have a story to share or a passion, or you want to talk about technology or latest trends in real estate, Joe@Proppy.com. Reach out. We'd love to have you on, schedule you. To my audience and Theresa, again, big group hug here, folks. This is Thanksgiving season coming up. And to everyone else, thank you for joining us today. And may the rest of your day be pleasant. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Joe. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.